And this is, if let's get back to this Roman is sponsoring Dakota's thing that's happening in baseball right now that he really wants to talk about.
The only thing I got, this is kind of not great for us to talk about. I'll let Zach talk about this one. I thought, and he is throwing very well, that the 6 solo home runs was the craziest thing I've seen in baseball.
From Schwarm, Daddy.
Yes. That's insane to me.
What can I say what I think had happened?
Yes.
What I think had happened, not only are the Yanks a good team, but I think had happened is I think that the Schwarm Daddy was probably tipping. They probably had something on him. And they were on it. Because you don't often see 7 hits, 6 homers.
That's what I mean. That's the craziest stat to me. It's like they were either swinging and missing or they were hitting a barrel.
He got through 3 innings really well, and then I think they kind of had or figured out a tip, and then it was like they were on it. Also, Giancarlo hit a ball 119.8 miles an hour, and it was one of the most impressive batted balls, if not the most impressive batted ball I'd ever seen. But let me say this. Of everything that happened over the weekend in New York, is this brought to you by Roman /Compound? Of everything that happened over the weekend in New York, Judge, off of Frank Schwindel, off of the position player, okay, hit a backside ball at 103. He went, oh, you're throwing 45 miles an hour? I'm going to go 103 miles an hour backside single that I think had topspin on it. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. Also, he made a diving catch on me with 2 outs, and I didn't get an RBI. It was rude.
Yankees were stealing hits from you left and right.
I was mad. I was really mad at Judge for that.
Stealing hits and stealing signs. That's what I'm hearing.
Is that what you're hearing?
That's what you said. You said they
GetRoman.com /compound.
Can we talk about position players pitching? Because it seems like it's exploded here this season. I don't know.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do when the game's out of hand?
No, I understand. I was going to ask you.
Pitching, because the Jomboy guys hate it. They're down on it.
Can I be honest? I was really in on it for a while. I thought it was fun, and now that it's exploded, the other thing that's made it less interesting is like Frank went up there. I understand this is not Frank's decision. That I'm sure the team told him, "Hey, don't throw out your arm," but he's up there throwing 45. I went back and looked. Yankees a couple years ago had Mike Ford, who was a position player, first baseman, get up and pitch.
Princeton guy.
What's that? Princeton guy, yeah, undrafted free agent, pitched at Princeton. I actually covered him.
He was undrafted. He rigged on the Cape.
Yeah,
him to be drafted.
He was really good. He was like an all Ivy player. Was both ways. Pitched in my summer ball league the year before he was on the Cape. He was really, really good. And he got out there and he got rocked. He gave up like 5 runs, and I think it was against the now Guardians like 2 years ago in 19 or 3, whatever it is, 3 years ago in 19. But he was throwing like 80, and he was trying. And it was at least entertaining to watch because he had a couple pitches. He had like a fastball, he had a slider. I mean, it didn't matter because they were hitting them anyway. But then at some point, he was just kind of lobbing it in there. He was trying different stuff. I feel like the entertainment value of position player pitching has gone down because guys are just going up there and throwing 45.
See, I disagree. I think that's more entertaining than someone trying to throw as hard as they can. It's an 80, 85. Like how often do you get somebody lobbing a ball in baseball?
Now all the time, like a couple times a week.
Well, Max got really good vert break on his ball. He'd be a good pitcher.
Sneaky, yeah. My arm would just fall. No, I just think if it's that big, if it's 18-4, who the fuck cares pitching? You're not paying. If you're there, you're not paying attention anyway.
Okay, I have two things. My first thing is, do you think baseball should institute a rule that says if you don't want to take your at-bats, you can just move on?
No.
Let's say it's 18-4, and I'm the team that's winning. And I say, they're bringing in a position player. He gets on the bump, and I just go, we're good. Let's roll it to the next inning. You want your at-bats?
I mean, it's a stat pattern that comes around in arbitration, and that home run counts.
I'm one for against position players. Talking to Riz about it, I think he's 0 for 4 against position players. Hitting against position player ain't easy. I don't like it. I don't know how guys can do it. When the Yankees catcher hit a homer off Frank. I was like, how do you do the things that you do?
I was gonna say, I mean, I think you guys talk about the stats in the back of your baseball card matter, and a lot of these guys who might be playing in a blowout or might be guys who are trying to fight for playing time and getting at bats. I mean, the stats matter to those guys, right?
Yeah.
I understand your point, but again, we also go back to the thing we talked about where if you're up 20-2, are you start doing this in the 6th inning? Like, is there a rule when you can start doing this?
Isn't there a rule?
Let's say in the 8th
Someone
and the
told
9th,
me
after the 7th.
it's yeah. I had never known that.
What?
Wasn't it? That's an actual rule, isn't it?
What?
That you can't do it like before a certain inning.
I think it's 5 run. It has to be at least 5 runs.
That's what it was. You have to be down at least 5 to put them in.
I have pitched one time. I have a 0. I don't know if you guys know that. But like I went out there and I didn't throw anything but heaters because I don't think position players should throw anything but fastballs. I think it's messed up if they try to throw off-speed pitches. But
should pitchers not throw off-speed pitches either and just throw fastballs?
No, I think like hitters to hitter. Like if I'm up there as a position player pitching, like I'm going to try. Okay, let me just say the whole thing. I wanted to get the guys out. Like I didn't want to give up a run, but I also wasn't going to go up there and throw like a slider and an ephus and a cutter. Like I just wanted to throw strikes, and I threw 75 to I was like low 70s to I think maybe I hit 75, 77. But like I was throwing, like I threw a 4 and Bader hit a laser, and I was like, all right, I need to use the gravity ball and sink this across the zone, and I got 3 outs. But like I don't like when guys go up there and try to throw like
Zach is 100% gonna try to throw a knuckleball, a little cutter. He's trying something.
I would throw a harder one and then a slower one.
I think you would try a knuckleball.
No, I would. I don't know where it's going.
Did you guys know that this year, with the explosion of position players pitching, it's actually not an explosion. There was a lot last year too, but that Athletic Greens is there for you if you're a position player that goes on the bump and needs a little bit of green boost after your outing. What do you got on Athletic Greens, Dakota?
I love it. I have it in the locker room. Multiple guys actually have it in the locker room on our team.
When do you usually have it? You have it when you get to the ball yard in the morning?
So, yeah. So I get to the park. I like to get there super early because I get super bored at home. So I get there like 3 hours before stretch. And I'm literally just sitting there hanging out. And I have my Athletic Greens. Gets me ready for the day.
Did you know with one scoop, you get 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source superfoods and probiotics?
I did know that. I did. Does Zach know that?
Zach?
I've had it a few times the last week or so. I didn't bring it on the road because I'm an idiot, but I had it at home. I think it's pretty good too.
Do you know that it's athleticgreens.com/compound free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your Tom. Say that whole thing. Okay, I can't get through it.
A moon. Moon.
Visit athleticgreens.com/compound to get a free 1-year supply of immune. Immune.
Oh, it's toughy. It's a toughie. But it's athleticgreens.com/compound.
A free 1-year supply.
athleticgreens.com/compound. Okay, say the whole thing.
To get a free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase.
It tastes great. It's good for you. athleticgreens.com/compound. Okay, listen. There's one more thing that I want to talk about this week before we go. And that's golf. Tom might edit this out. But the U.S. Open's this week. It's Father's Day weekend. U.S. Open. What a time. Who do you guys got? Crazy week also, because all the guys from the is it live? It's actually LIV, right? It stands for 54.
But people are calling it live.
Okay.
Did you see everybody the thing with Spieth? Zach?
No.
He went up to Billy Horschel, I think is in a group with Kevin Na and Taylor Gooch. And Na and Gooch are in the live. But they're all playing at the US Open. and Spieth went up and like said like Billy Horschel won last week or 2 weeks ago. He said like, hey, like great win. Hope you play well this week. And like Kevin Na like gave him a head nod and he just like turned and walked away and didn't say anything to the other two. We got beef between the leagues.
There's some serious beef out there.
Well, did you see the bottom of that live field? I was looking at it. Like it's tough. Like they got a couple guys at the top, but the bottom list, like name me one person you recognize out of the bottom 25 guys.
Well, and they only have,
guys that were shooting high scores, right?
They only have 48.
The last guy's name is Ogletree, I believe. I looked him up.
I've heard of Andy Ogletree. Actually, he's English.
Wait, he played in the Masters few. He was the top amateur.
Yeah, he was the top amateur in 2020. Since then, he's gone miscut. He's missed his last 8 cuts on the PGA Tour. Was complaining about how he couldn't get Corn Ferry starts, and then somehow got this live deal. And now he made 120,000 for shooting 26 over.
That's
you get
the
last
thing.
place like 120 grand. I will say
it's tough. How do you blame the guys that have been grinding it out trying to make it?
Yeah.
And granted, this was the RBC Canadian Open, but it was also just a normal live tournament. The Charles Schwartzel got like 4.6 or whatever it was, and the top 5 combined of the RBC Canadian Open made less than that. And I'm like, well, you can't.
I still feel like it feels like the Fire Fest where it's just going to come.
You just show up and there's no one there to run the tournament. You're like, wait, where are they?
People did not seem to like the shotgun start either, because that led to players finishing on random hole. I mean, it seems like a weird set. And plus 54 holes. I actually was going to look at it at Sunday, and then I realized it wasn't even going on.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of shotgun start. I don't like. Did
they shotgun all 3 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no cut because there's only 48 guys.
And it's only 54 holes.
Yeah.
Somebody made I don't know who made the comment, but somebody made a comment that said 54 holes. It was wrong. 54 holes shotgun start. Like it doesn't that doesn't sound like a golf tour, but basically. And like it's a valid point. And maybe they'll clean some of that stuff up. Maybe they won't. I also think I said this last week, that having all of the best players in the world in one place that's the best thing for golf. But maybe it makes the 3 majors that will still accept these guys like super, super entertaining, because that's when they're all back and there's like major beef. I'm excited for the golf this weekend. I'm excited for the golf course. Would you want to do picks? You want to do who do you got? Who do you got? Pick 'em, presented by Athletic
but you
Greens?
can't take any like no JT, no, like I want to hear like you're like more not like huge underdog, but less likely. I like Shane Lowry.
Oh, a major winner?
Okay, Joaquin Neiman's my other pick that I like. Joaquin Neiman, I don't even
he
might have 2 wins on tour.
He's been on fire, but he won this year.
Yeah, I like Joaquin Neiman. There's my pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Scotty Scheffler.
That's not even comparable. Shane Lowry and Scotty, that's not comparable.
Does Tommy Fleetwood have any?
No, Tommy Fleetwood doesn't, and he doesn't even have his PGA card. He can only play in tournaments.
That's my guy.
He can only play in tournaments. Ugh, I almost said it. Tournaments.
I like his swing way too much for him not to have his card.
How does he not have his card? He's been struggling.
He like failed to qualify like 2 years ago, and he like still doesn't have his card, but he still gets like invited to a ton of tournaments like exemption because he's so good.
My boy Nick Hardy's playing it. Shout out Nick Hardy. Illinois
James
guy.
Piot from Michigan State's playing in it.
Bo Hosser.
Hey, he just played in the Live.
Yeah.
Dakota, did you play golf in New York?
When was I in New York?
I meant Ian. Sorry.
Yeah,
I did. I played in Baltimore. I played Baltimore Country Club. Really great time. Took Scotty out there.
Yeah.
And
Ian, what's your pick?
Did you play Sleepy Hollow?
Listen, and then I played Sleepy Hollow in New York, and it was a great time.
Did you play with somebody famous?
I did. I played with.
Ask him what he shot. People.
No. I'm not going to ask him because that's so fucked. You didn't tell us.
What do you want me to say? That's my friend.
You didn't think to say like, oh, I'm golfing with Bill Murray today.
Bill Murray's a friend of mine.
Are you fucking shitting
what?
me? If he's your friend, he would have been on this podcast 112 episodes ago.
He would come on.
Well, then let's have fucking Bill Murray on. What are we doing?
All right.
No. I'm not joking. I've been waiting for you to say that you golf with whatever his name is.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
A friend of mine, Bill. Yeah, Bill and I played together, right?
What'd you shoot?
I shot 79. That course is hard.
Place is
You
fucking
kind of
awesome.
stink now. Jeez.
And we were playing, and I shot, and it was windy. Good,
Dude,
and they had it set up with some tough holes. I played really well at Baltimore Country Club and shot 2 over. I didn't make any
you had
putts.
no pressure. You're playing with Scott.
I was playing with another good friend of mine, Bill.
Were them there too?
My pick is no. I'm saying it was like I was playing with Scott. I was playing with Scott one day. I was playing Bill the next day. My pick is
William. I call him William.
My pick is Abraham Answer. That's my pick for the U.S. Open.
I like that pick. I do like that pick. He's a good player.
I'm like sick to my stomach about that. Just betrayal.
That Ian's friends with Willie?
No,
I can't believe I came to the office. I came to the office and said, "How was your round at Sleepy?" And he said, shot 79. It was windy. Didn't you mention Bill Murray?
That's because for me it wasn't like it's like I was playing with my friend Bill.
Oh my God, you're so cool. You're so sick.
Just get to screen time. I'm over this episode.
My friend Bill. I also play with my friends Henry and Jared.
Henrik Stenson.
No, Henry Ford. Henry Ford.
Henry Ford.
Dakota,
can we do screen time and get the people going? Who were your picks? Tom, did you even make a pick?
Hey, no.
I have to make a pick. I didn't know I was making a pick.
Dakota, when we get called up, we're not telling Ian.
We what?
When we get called up, we're not telling Ian.
What? That's the same as playing golf with a good friend of yours named Bill?
Just playing, doing our job.
I'm not gonna tell Ian. He's just gonna walk in the locker room and I'm gonna be there in his locker.
No, I'm serious. I'm not.
That would actually be a fantastic surprise.
I'm not doing it.
I actually hope that you don't tell me, because if I walked to the ballpark one day and you were there, I would be ecstatic.
You probably walk.
I'm gonna have to throw the ball a little bit better for that to happen.
All right, guys, come on.
Slowing it. Zach,
Tom, did you make a pick? Wait,
me and Zach couldn't see all
I was gonna say John Rahm, but I think you guys are gonna say he's too good.
What a fucking pick!
Oh, the number 2 player in the world. What a crazy pick.
Dakota, who's your pick?
I already told you, Joaquin Neiman.
Zach.
Tommy Fleetwood, dude, you know this. God.
All right,
ask the buddy Will.
All right, this is Sloan Screen Time presented by Sloan. If you need a flusher, if you need an automatic faucet, if you're in the market, if you're building a building and you need a bunch of flushers, you let me know. In New York, I couldn't pee the whole time. It was tough.
Yeah, me and Zach didn't go once. I haven't gone in a week.
And then I got back to
shit. Could have peed in the office.
Well, I didn't pee in the office. That's the toughest part. You should have told me, and then I would have relieved myself in the office for the first time the whole trip. My screen time this week is 4 hours and 5 minutes, a little high.
We're going from Tuesday, right?
Tuesday.
I got you, B. I got the best.
24.
No way. Mine's not the best.
I had some. I don't know how I had like midnight time on Tuesday. Monday night.
Tom?
I spent a little bit of time on my phone.
It's bad. It's 8:45.
What is it?
8:45.
Horrible.
See, I'm expecting like 10 hours from you when you say
I'm still waiting
bad.
for a double digit to get mad at you for, but you haven't got there yet.
I'll never be mad at you at anything less than 10.
All right. No.
Zach?
6-12.
Yikes. Hang up and hang out one time, guy.
Relax.
Doing a lot of FaceTiming or what?
No,
Dakota, what do you got?
Are we
3:45.
Wow. Good job. That's a good day. I'd like to say that before we go, this has been episode 114. Dakota's done a couple of weird like burps and also hiccups and a couple things in the mic.
My allergies are absolutely
for sure, man.
My ass.
No, I believe
I'm
it.
a corpse. I'm a corpse. There's a ball of snot just in here. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die from allergies. That's how I go.
I'd like to point out that Zach is rocking the Jomboy hat, being a good company man. Dakota's rocking the sweatshirt. Tom's rocking nothing because he doesn't care about the company. But
what are you wearing?
I have a tattoo right on my chest.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Of the company. That's because I care. Zach's gonna fall asleep. We'll see you next week. Episode 115 next week. This was episode 114 of the Cop Out Podcast presented by
Parse Rum.
We'll see you next week.